This is a video that might change the trajectory of your life, and I hope you'll take a few minutes to watch it with an open mind. What is the meaning of life? It's a question we've all considered at one point or another. Is it love? Is it a career? Is it money? From the moment we're born, we seem to be running a desperate race. When we're in school, we compete over grades and talents. After marriage, we compete over jobs and families. Even at the very end, we compete over the cost of our final resting place. Is a human life simply meant to be a constant game of comparison? We appear to be on the path to pursuing happiness, but in reality, we are drifting further and further away from it. When you see everyone around you with furrowed brows, rushing, and looking stressed, you realize we've long abandoned the initial goal of happiness and instead embarked on an increasingly painful road. The heavy burden of mortgages and the immense pressure of life don't allow us any room to breathe. Ultimately, it all boils down to one thing: money. Human civilization has evolved for thousands of years, and the circulation of money has propelled society's rapid development. Yet, it has escalated to a point where the topic of money is fraught with anxiety. It's become a matter of living only to earn. This is a truly tragic state of affairs. The original intention of civilizational progress wasn't to accumulate more profit, it was to allow people to live out the rest of their lives in a way they desired. Yet, today, that has become incredibly difficult. According to the law of entropy, everyone will eventually turn to dust. This fate is sealed from birth. Despite this, some people still spend vast amounts of time and energy, even sacrificing their health, to trade for a life of unequal value. A mere 100 years is but a blink of an eye. From birth to school, work to marriage, starting a family to raising children, and finally, a gentle smile before the curtain closes. If you think about it closely, what have we truly gained in our lives? Yes, being wealthy enough to buy a country is one kind of life. But having just enough to make ends meet is also a life, isn't it? Most people spend their lives in relative obscurity, but this absolutely doesn't imply incompetence. A small number of people become incredibly rich, but that doesn't necessarily translate to happiness. In the brutal age of the Neanderthals, power equaled happiness. In the dangerous age of war, survival equaled happiness. The happiness that most people talk about is merely a reflection of the social phenomena of their respective eras. Deep down, they don't really understand what happiness is. True happiness is a profound sense of inner peace and serenity. It is untouched by the influence of others or the scrutiny of the world. It is the ability to calm your mind and pursue what you genuinely want to do. It is human nature to want to live a better life, but increasingly blind comparison and carelessly overdrawing on our health betray the initial purpose of a happy life. We are constantly chasing what we don't have, often overlooking the most precious moments right in front of us. Finally, I want to tell you this. Whether you are willing to accept it or not, in billions of years, every trace of human civilization will be erased. No matter how magnificent the accomplishments you create, whether you are a leader or a great person, we will all vanish forever, as if we never appeared in the cosmos at all. In the grand scheme of the universe, everything about humanity is utterly insignificant. Our existence and our disappearance have no impact on the universe whatsoever. Remember, it is only when you truly face death that you will understand that spiritual wealth is far more valuable than the accumulation of material things. The cars and houses in our subjective reality are, in fact, meaningless and worthless. The money we struggle to earn is nothing more than pieces of paper once it's stripped of its place in the human social system. As you prepare to leave this world, all those so-called material possessions and money won't matter. The only things you can take with you are your spirit and your beliefs, your undying consciousness and soul. That's all for this exploration. Don't forget to stay curious, stay knowing. I'll transmit the next finding soon.